the night. We pop out at 1 in the morning. You really wanna know this kind of life never boring. She bought Dior with a man from the start.
I don't even read Black Clover like that, but this shit feels illegal to eat.
I keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it.
Black Clover's return was phenomenal. Not only phenomenal, it quite literally exposed between the persons who read the series and the ones who don't. Literally, right? This 2 new chapters we've gotten for Black Clover was awesome, phenomenal, jaw-dropping, absolutely gorgeous. But the ending stirred up a little controversy amongst the fandom and people outside the fandom, right? And in this video, I'm basically going to explain some of Yuno's most recent power-ups and explaining how he's misinterpreted in his power-ups and so on, right? Because Yuno has done nothing wrong. It's the people that don't understand the series and his character entirely, right? So let's get into it. First and foremost, this chapter is awesome. Like I said before, if you haven't read them already, read them before watching this video. But yeah, as you've seen by the intro of this video, I've been gotten a lot of hate at the beginning ever since these 2 chapters has been released, right? And first and foremost, let me talk from the standpoint of somebody that maybe reads the series or doesn't read it. I understand the frustration. Honestly, I can understand that, yeah, you might not like Asta more as a character. He is the main character after all. You like him more as a character, and you want to see him succeed more than every other character in the show, including Yuno, right? So when you see him lose twice at the beginning of this saga, and now again in the face of Lucius, in front of his rival Yuno, when you see him lose twice like that, you start to feel like he's not the main character anymore. You start to like, why does Yuno get so much attention? Why does he get all these powers? Why is nothing bad happening to Yuno? Right? I get it. And at the beginning of this arc, especially the Judgment Day arc, Yuno has got a lot. He's got Neverland. He's got Spirit of Notice. He's gotten stronger. He's mastered Star Magic. Right? And all that feels overwhelming compared to that of Asta, who got his ass kicked and only unlocked Zetin afterwards. Right, so you may feel like, why is Yuno's success outweighing the main character's success? And there is an explanation. There's always an explanation for these things. It's right there in front of our faces, but we just refuse to believe it because some people like hate and get in the front of their eyes and they just don't see clearly. But it's right there. It's literally stated that the wielder of the 4-leaf grimoire is granted luck. So obviously, in some situations he's gonna be a bit lucky. It's obvious, but not only luck, it just overall makes sense. Narratively and thematically, it makes sense for Yuno to get these power-ups. Now into the power-ups now. I want to explain first, in order of course, Star Magic. He unlocked Star Magic at a pivotal moment in his life. During when he was going up against the likes of Xenon, who wiped out half of his squad he had to bury. He was determined to go and fight him and defeat him. So obviously, he needed something else, and what he needed is to figure out exactly his true self, and he found that out while going to Spade Kingdom, and he unlocked his true and rightful magic, Star Magic. And now, with more evidence leaning towards evidence from Lucius himself, stating that Yuno was destined by fate to be his opposer. Right? It's almost as though Star Magic was built in to defeat the likes of Lucius for that said reason, right? And it's been passed down generations to generations, and Yuno is the orphan of that said lineage, and he unlocked his rightful magic, Star Magic. He needed that Star Magic to become an even stronger rival for Asta. So Star Magic is rightfully supposed to be wielded by Yuno. Not only that, following that, we jump into the Wizard King saga, and now we're in the Judgment Day arc. A year and 3 months have passed. He unlocked the spell Neverland. A lot of people were like, okay, this is a hacked out spell. How did he unlock this and stuff like that? It's been a year and 3 months. You don't expect Yuno to sit on his ass and not unlock something like this. He got star magic and wind magic, and he is a hard worker. He works behind the scenes. He trains, and so you've given him star magic and wind magic and a time skip of 1 year and 3 months. Obviously, he is going to use that initiative to learn something, to learn more about his spells and so forth. And not only that, upon hearing of Asta's defeat, he is determined even more to get stronger. And with that time he unlocked Neverland. He took the knowledge that he already have and the spells that he's gained and unlocked Neverland. And it fits his character a lot, right? And we all know spells are influenced by a person's goals and their ambitions and so forth. Neverland fits him perfectly, so I don't see the issue of him having Neverland, right? Not only that, he unlocked Spirit of Notice. I see a lot of people perhaps complain about this too. This is one of his major power-ups this arc, one after Neverland. Neverland was okay. Notice okay just the same, because Notice is one of the four spirit weapons he was destined to unlock. It comes with spirit magic. It comes with him being a host of the spirit, right? He was expected to achieve it. Not only that, he achieved it at a pivotal moment, right? We all know that spells are influenced by someone's behavior and so forth, and the spells also brought out by dire situations and stuff like that. He was gonna be attacked by Lucius's soul magic. What better way than to defend himself against that soul magic by unlocking a spell that repels the magic, Spirit of Notice. So obviously, Notice came in at a very pivotal moment, at the right moment. So him unlocking Notice is not an ass pull or anything. It is explained this year that the spell is achieved during pivotal moments, and obviously it was hinted and expected that Yuno was supposed to achieve one last spirit weapon, Spirit of Notice. So for anyone that feels like Notice is also of Aspo, here's your answer. Also, it is now the latest and controversial power-up that he's gotten, Demon Dweller Sword. Now, he is now wielding the Demon Dweller Sword as a result of Asta giving him the sword, passing on anti-magic to him using Comrade Demon technique, right? Now this is where the problem lies. His last and final power-up, that which is directly from his rival, right? It is thematically correct that, they both work together and now their strengths are combined to come against their strongest foe, right? And it even goes deeper than that. Why? Because Licht's son, the elf baby that died during Zagred's massacre, was reincarnated into Yuno's body. We all know this, everyone knows this, at least I hope so, right? So that he was reincarnated in Yuno's body, he became Yuno, he grew up as Yuno, right? And also that I believe that the Witch King stated also that the elf that died was supposed to at the very least have similarities and things passed down to them from their father Licht, and that was hinted long ago. Not many remember that, but the Witch Queen did say it, right? So then again, Licht sword was passed down in the 5-leaf grimoire given to Asta, of course. So with that, Asta give his sword to Yuno, who is also houses that soul of Licht's son, Elf Soul, Elf Yuno, right? That's his nickname, Elf Yuno, right? And with that, Yuno is able to tap into the Demon Dweller and uses his ability to store magic, right? And if you're wondering, how is he able to wield an anti-magic weapon? It's literally right there. Asta literally gave him the ability to wield anti-magic through the Demon Dweller. Asta's is still in play right here. Asta just grant him the power, right? And he has the ability to wield the sword, so he can control said sword because it was passed down to him through Elf Yuno's soul, right? Whether this is through a hybridism type of magic where the elf soul has a combination of wind sword magic, or overall he just has a genetically right to wield it, it doesn't matter. Either way, he has the ability to wield the sword, and therefore Yuno has the ability to do that same. Right, so it's not insane for Yuno to be able to wield the Demon Dweller sword, and it's not insane for him to have anti-magic. It was literally explained how Asta, with his new power of Bezetin, has the ability to control and directly influence how anti-magic is affects people's magical properties and so forth. So obviously, Yuno and Asta are still working together to defeat their strongest foe, and with that, Yuno is now using anti-magic sword magic along with his wind and his star magic to go up against us Lucius, who quite literally has 100+ magics right now. What else do you think they were gonna do? There was nothing else that he could have done, right? This is the strongest pull they could have made, and it makes sense thematically and narratively to happen, right? So I don't see the reason to complain. Trust me, it makes total amount of sense that Yuno is able to wield anti-magic and also wield the sword. So yeah, the Yuno hate is forced. People are just trying to just vent their frustration from Yuno from the beginning. A lot of people didn't like him to begin with. He is a very strong, confident character. A lot of people despise that and feels as though he's too lucky, when it's quite literally explained that he is granted a 4-leaf grimoire, so he is gonna be sometimes lucky in certain situations. It's quite literally explained, and he is just that guy. He's a singularity. He's the one that's supposed to go up against Lucius by fate, and not only that, he is Asta's rival, the flaw of the world, the one that has changed the timeline. If not for Asta, he wouldn't have gotten this far. So it does make sense. So let's please, if you are one of those Yuno haters and you come across this video, stop the hate, read the series, and look into it deeper, because Black Clover explains everything. Nothing is an asshole, nothing is just random. Yuki Tabata knows what he's doing. So yeah, without further ado, look out for my other videos. I'll be explaining the more intricacies of these 2 chapters that were really amazing. I'll go into some lore dive about the Grimoires, Astaroth's true plan. I'm looking forward to that as well. And what's up with Adramalik and specific other characters that are missing from this fight. So yeah, look forward to that, guys, and I'll see you guys in another one. Peace.